Okay, so welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to ask the big question, which is cold calling dead? You know, these are the kind of debates that we have in the office. This is what makes us successful and our guys successful. So if you want to hear the answer, check out this video.
Well, Matt, I think by answering your question, I'm gonna get a lot of old-timers a bit upset, I think, out there.
The old-timer was a stand-up guy.
You do get a bit of stick from the old-timers on LinkedIn as well.
I do. I'm a sensitive man, so that really hurts my feelings, so please be nice guys to me. I've done both, right? Especially when we started recruiting, I think cold calling was a big element. And cold calling, again, is made of two parts. It's the name collecting part and the actually cold calling aspect of it, right?
I think you can break it down more than that. It's probably candidates and clients.
Yeah.
And then on the candidate side, it's doing the name collecting and then doing a cold call to those candidates, right?
Personally, I think after COVID, it's pretty much dead, you know? Like, people are not as much in the office as they used to be.
Maybe now the new generation of recruiters, they literally have no idea what you're talking about, right? So, you know, when I joined Robert Walters, and this was actually, they built their business on cold calling and headhunting, and it was definitely the right decision at the time. Yeah. What you would do is you would have, you know, a list of companies. You would, if you were an HR recruiter, you'd be trying to speak to the HR manager or HR director. So you would ring up with a fake name, and like a dodgy accent. You'd be like French or something like that.
Yeah.
And you'd say, you know, hello, I am calling for the HR manager, and you try and get the number, and then you would call back later in your real voice. You'd be like, actually, it's Matt from, you know, whatever. I'm a headhunter and I've got some exciting roles. So, and that's how you would do it, right?
Your name was referred to me by...
Yeah. Your name was referred to me by your colleague as one of the top performers in your industry in the market. It was always a little tough because there were two pitches there. You had to like do the cold call to get the number, and then you had to try and convince somebody who probably wasn't a mover that maybe they should consider moving, and then you had to sell them a specific job which they might or might not be interested in. So once you got somebody, they were usually very valuable candidates.
The quality usually is very high, yeah. And then you have the rise of all the apps, Slack, you know, all the messaging apps that, you know, lots of people now, if they want to call or talk, again, they don't have a landline number, but they are on an app, basically.
I think in Japan, as more candidates are actively available now, there are a lot more job boards. LinkedIn is a little better than it used to be.
Yeah.
You know, it is easier to track people down, and I think we would still highly recommend referrals as a great source of unique candidates if you want to generate them, but I'm just not sure that old style cold calling gives you enough rewards for the effort that you've got to put in. Okay, so easy decision, unanimous decision. On the candidate side, cold calling is officially dead.
Yeah.
What about the client side then?
I think there's still a place for that, because most companies will still have a main number, I think, where you can actually get through.
Not as many as you... But
not as many as you used to.
A decent amount, yeah.
I think a lot of clients these days, and I still do a lot of business development for the business, usually it is a little bit better to, you know, contact somebody with a slightly warmish approach, whatever is through, again, a personal connection or...
If you can combine it with LinkedIn, so you can look at LinkedIn, find out the name of the person you want to speak to, maybe they send them a message, and then also...
Call them in the office.
Call them and just ask for them by name. I think that's worthwhile.
That's definitely worthwhile. It's still a very time-consuming type of activity, so I think it should be done with some sort of strategy around, you know. Again, like, I think if you have an existing client portfolio and there is a client that makes a lot of sense to add to that portfolio, and some way somehow you can't reach them online, that's definitely a cold call, in my opinion.
Sure,
that's definitely a cold call, you know. But it should be targeted and to your client portfolio specifically, I think.
So the result is cold calling for clients is just about hanging on. Just about hanging on. Not dead yet. Just about hanging on. There's a place for it, but if you're doing that 100% of your time,
that's hard.
Probably need to
find a new firm.
Find a new firm.
Find a new firm.